Hey guys, it's BonOakley here again, back with another loadout showcase for 2020. Obviously I've done some the past 3 years I think now with Coops, but obviously I don't really need to explain the circumstances, but obviously it's only just me this year, so yeah, basically I'll be going through each of my loadouts and saying why I use it and such, and you know, all that good stuff. So let's obviously start from the beginning with a good old Scout. As you can see, I've got a First Blood, a Thermal Tracker, and Stereoscopic Shades. I typically try these on Loadout.tf first before I actually buy the items, and I thought this was kind of cool. This came with Team Spirit, and it actually looks pretty decent, so I kept the paint on, and yeah. Force of Nature, I don't have much other than the normal Sky Gun and Force of Nature, so obviously I went Force of Nature for this one. Pretty Boy's Pocket Pistol, obviously you get the free health and faster fire and speed, so I thought that was good. And the Bat is probably just my favourite, just stock I think in general, because everything else isn't really all that good for Scout in my opinion, but the stock Bat is pretty decent, so that's why I did that. For Loadout B, I have this with a lot of other classes. I sort of just make like all class loadouts, which is the Tundra Top, Dead of Night, and that is sort of like a very casual like look. But yeah, that's the look. As you can see, I've got the normal Scattergun. This was a donation, and I really like this skin. It's really nice. Backwards Boomstick Mark II, factory new as well. It's a really nice skin. The only thing I would have liked for it is if it was Strange, but you can't win them all, eh? Mad Milk, obviously Strange Mad Milk, and Strange Fan of War. I think this is more of my MVM Scout, and obviously I've got the all class loadout. Like this loadout would make sense for MVM more, because that is used to slow them down, and that's to make them have mini crits. So yeah, that's newbie. This one is just weird Scout. I have just a normal Sky Gun again, Mad Milk, and stock Bat. But then I have my unusual Galvanized Gibbous with Miami Knights. I really wanted to buy a unusual Gibbous. Like, obviously, I knew you couldn't get the original Gibbous and unusual unless you got, like, Steam support or something, or you found a bug and you chose this. But anyway, I thought, obviously, the best thing I could get is the Robot Gibbous, and I got Miami Knights because it's a nice effect. Then I had Binoculars, because this is such a weird fucking... Just look at them, they're so weird. But yeah, that's the reason I got those. And then just the Merc's Muffler, just why not? Yeah, this is just like a random loadout. I honestly can't tell you why all of these are together. I think it's just because he would look weird with the eyes and a gibbous, so yeah. Moving on to the last one, this is another one of my all-class loadouts with the Lucky Hat, the Virtual Viewfinder, and Robin Walker's. I guess you could sort of call this the quarantine loadout, just lazy stuff, wearing the stuff and then like a VR headset. I don't know, that's my explanation for this sort of loadout. As you can see again, we've got the Force of Nature, got the Winger this time, just pretty decent pistol honestly, and then the Frying Pan, just because Frying Pan on Scouts kind of hilarious. Obviously it can get annoying, but I think it's kind of hilarious most of the time. So yeah, that was all Scouts, so now let's move on to Soldier. This is my main Soldier. Typically in A, they will be my main unless I say otherwise. I've got the Festivized Blue Mew Strange Rocket Launcher. I unboxed this around like Gunmetal or Tough Break. I forget which one this came out on, but I unboxed this myself, and it's been my go-to rocket launcher since, because I really just... It's a really nice skin, and I somehow got a Strange version at the same time, so it's a win for me. Then I've got the Collector's Professional Killstreak Reserve Shooter. As you know, I made a whole video about how I've got all the collector weapons for Pyro, I was about to say Scout. But yeah, I've got all of the Professional Killstreak. Yeah, they actually are all Professional Killstreak. I was about to say, I said the wrong one, but I got all the collector's weapons for Pyro, and they're all Professional Killstreaks. So, like I said in that video, I still don't know if I'm the only person to ever have such a collection at this moment in time or not. I'd really like to know if someone else has a ridiculous collector's loadout. But anyway, the last one is obviously the Whip, because why not? The Whip is honestly one of the best soldier loadout melees as well. Then we got the Unusual Lucky Shot. I actually bought this when the announcement of Rick May passing away happened, so I thought in order to honor him, obviously you can see this down here as well, in order to honor him I'd get like a sort of nice looking simple soldier unusual, and that's what I got here. Then obviously I got the vintage soldier stash called Rick May with one of his lines. Yeah, I thought I needed something to give a tribute because Rick May as a soldier is just honestly a great performance. So yeah, I wanted to sort of commemorate his performance and, you know, everything as soldier. And then I've got the legendary Professor Specs because it looks nice. It's just a very simple, very top heavy loadout here, but yeah, this is my main soldier loadout. Yep, as you can see, this is another all class one. This time now I have a cow mangler. I then also have a reserve shooter. I didn't say anything before, but I think the reserve shooter is probably one of the better shotguns for soldier, because if you manage to pop them up into the air, then you can do mini crits. It's very, very handy. And then the half Zatoichi, because it's really funny to get a one-hit kill on other people that's doing it, and it's pretty decent melee as well. Honestly, it's not too bad. This is my crutch soldier, you could say, again with another all class one. Like I said, you're going to see this a lot as well as the other all class cosmetics. So yeah, we've got the black box, the conjurer, and the escape plan. Obviously these two together you can get a shit ton amount of health. So yeah, that's basically the crutch loadout and an escape plan to run away as quick as you possibly can if you get too injured. And then this is the Trolldier loadout, as you can see, with the rocket jumper, the base jumper, and the market gardener. I am not good at all at doing this sort of loadout, but yeah, he's got the B-Mock, the Kringle collection, and Lord Coxswain's novelty mutton chops and pie. Sort of looks like a gruff Santa. So in fact, that's actually what I was going for. I have a bunch of like TF2 characters that I make up and have like backstories on. This is literally a soldier I made called Santa. Like, that's not his actual name. He just can't remember it. But and then obviously he had like Santa look. It's a whole thing. I should really make a video on like my TF2 characters at some point. But that was the last one. Speaking of TF2 characters, obviously, you know, I'm a Vampire enthusiast and I've made a shit ton of Pyros. I think I have about 18, 19 now. So yes, this is obviously my main Pyro, Flare. Obviously Vampire because, yeah, no shit. There's Flare's Twisted Inferno, a strange factory new Neo Tokyo degreaser. Pretty decent amount of kills. Yes, as you can see with the description and the name, it's sort of edgy. That's because Flare herself is sort of edgy, to be fair. Like, it's the whole reason I did edgy things. It's not because I'm trying to be a cool 14-year-old trying to push my mates, but yeah, it's just because Flare herself is sort of like an edgy character I made. So obviously, I did some sort of edgy stuff. Yeah, as you can see, it's strange with a bunch of stats, pyro kills, spies killed, and heavies killed. I thought I need something simple. I'm not going to go for some dumb stats for that, but yeah. Then there's my very first unusual weapon, my battle-scarred Neo Tokyo panic attack. I remember when I said, you know, I'm going to get an unusual skin and use it on a panic attack. I knew people were like, why are you using it on the panic attack? And now literally everyone says that the panic attack is amazing on Pyro. So yeah, I think I made a pretty good investment all the way back there. As you can see, it's got the cool effect and then the sort of edgy description. So yes, and then obviously Flare's Golden Ending, my Australian Extinguisher. Yes, Extinguisher is really good right now, in my opinion. It's definitely the best that it's been in years. Yeah, as you can see, a couple of them. I've only got 48 kills, but weren't some sort of crit kill, which I think is kind of impressive. Obviously, it's only got 1,500 kills, but, you know, it'll go up eventually. I'm sure I'll get plenty of kills with it in the future. And then we've got Flare's Love and Memory. Again, there's a bunch of fucking backstory for, like, a lot of my Pyros especially, but with all my characters. Yeah, this would be too much to explain for this video, but yeah, there's my unusual. I did obviously used to have an Orbiting Planets one, but I upgraded to Green Energy because I really love this effect. It's probably one of my favourite effects. Then there's Flare's Death Stare. It's Manco Signature Collection. Yep, basically Strange Last Breath, which is kind of expensive as well. And then we've got the Trickster's Turnout Gear, also strange. I know there's one collectors in the world that's super expensive, and I really want it just for Flare. There's only one in the entire game, and I think it's like the collector's kit that you put 200 into. So I really want it, but anyway, that's enough of Flare. Sally, as you can see, is my Pyro Shark. She is supposed to be blue, but we'll have to look at the cursed red version. Here we have the field-tested Jazzy Warpaint. This was a donation by Lilac. I think they're still going by. Yeah, Strange. I think it's a very nice skin. Especially goes well with the blue version. Obviously, that's why I made her blue. It just her loadout in general just doesn't really look that well with red. But yeah, that's why I went with blue. Then we've got the Professional Killstreak Festive Shotgun. Yeah, as you can see, I sort of like based the descriptions and everything around the personalities, and yeah, these ones are sort of more silly, decent amount of kills. And then I've got the Collector's Professional Killstreak Neon Annihilator, Sally's Booty Slapper, probably one of my favourite named ones, honestly. And then obviously, as you can see, Sally the Extraterrestrial Shark. There's my Starstorm Slumber Cranial Carcharodon, if that's how you say it. I think that's how you say it. Then we've got the Strange Apparitions Aspect, and then we've got the Strange Vintage Tie. I forget the original name. Yeah, I can't remember right now, but yeah, that's Sally. Then we move on to the Snake Girl, the same Snake Girl you see wearing a sweater and everything in my non-TF2 video, Zoe. As you can see, she's got the Australian Flamethrower, Zoe's Golden Pleasure. Yeah, Professional Killstreak, Killstreakers. Should have probably talked a bit more about the Killstreaks, but I'm sure you've seen when I've been hovering over them which ones they are and the descriptions. Then we've got the Collector's Professional Killstreak Festive Flare Gun. Again, I much prefer shotguns, but this one is pretty decent. I think doing flares are super cool when you manage to hit them, but yeah, I'm definitely more of a shotgun pyro. And then we've got the field-tested Hannah Warpaint Strange Power Jack. I do have an unusual one, but I think this pink one just suits him more. Yeah, it just, I don't know, especially with the unusual effect. I have two actually, so let's start from the beginning. Here's the unusual hazmat head case. No, not Hottest Hoodie, sorry. I did have the Aces High. I still have the Aces High one actually, but I bought a second one, Cloud9, because I really wanted this sort of effect. I was going to go for Circling Hearts, but it was way too much for me, so I got the next best thing for Cloud9. Yeah, I really like that description, even though it's kind of like, oh, it's cringe, ooh, but I don't really care. I think it suits just fine. Then we've got this strange hazmat head case, which is what I said before. I would really like to get an unusual one of this, especially for Zoe, because she's probably my favourite pyro at the moment. She's been my favourite for ages now, but yeah, I would really like to get an unusual one for this eventually. And then we've got the Crusaders Get Up Strange. Obviously, it looks a lot different for Pyro, but yeah, that's basically Zoe. And then finally, we've got the fourth main pyro. I'm not going to go through like all 18 pyros, don't worry. I'm just going to go through these main four. I did have a collector's back burner before, but then I managed to procure a Professional Killstreak Festive back burner, Strange. And yeah, so I changed it for that. So she's got that sort of back burner now. And she's got a factory new Cabin Fever Detonator, which I thought I really want to give her like a unique thing. Like I wanted to give them all sort of like a unique sort of loadout and that. So she's got the Detonator, factory new. Not a lot of kills obviously, because like I said, I'm not really a flare gun kind of pyro. But yeah, I think that's pretty cool. And then the collector's Postal Pummeler, which I honestly really love. That's like the only other kind of Postal Pummeler you can get other than the unique one. So yeah, I thought obviously this was my very first one, but started me getting all the collectors. So I blame this weapon in particular for starting my craze over collectors weapons. But yeah, that's it. And obviously, as you can see, she's not got much unusuals. She's got the genuine brutal bouffant though. Molly's ginger curls, obviously, as you can see. I haven't really given it a description. Molly's slick frames. She's the only one that wears grey bands on any of my loadouts. I'm pretty sure there's yeah, style 3. It's already got no. It's the eyes behind that's glimmering, but yeah, there should be no no, I think actually does have frames. Never mind. She's supposed to have no frames, basically. It doesn't matter right now. And then Molly's business get up, the strange soot suit. Yeah, this loadout really only works on Fempyro as well. Some of them really need this, which is why they're exclusively Fempyro. I obviously have male pyros as well, but yeah, a lot of them that look good on Fempyro, I will typically do on Fempyro. Yes, that's the ones that you all really care about. So anyway, we'll move on to Demoman now. Obviously, we're still going to go through all of them. And yeah, this is a silly Demoman loadout. Hong Kong Cone, Mercs Muffler again, and then Marksman. You can't really see it, but yeah, there's his silly face. Yeah, this one's just me jumping around using the base jumper and bottle. you know, just jumping around maps and whacking them. It's really not supposed to be taken seriously, so obviously as you can tell, that's not my main loadout. I think B is my main loadout. No, it's not. It's the exact same loadout, just with a Necro Smasher. I forgot that. But yeah, obviously there's Genuine Cockfighter, Dead of Night, and Marksman. These two aren't supposed to be taken seriously at all. Is C? Yep, this is my main loadout for Demoman. Obviously the Iron Bomber, the Sticky Bomb Launcher, and the Bottle. And then we've got the Fabulous Outer Sight. I think I unboxed this one myself as well, or I bought it, but I really like this loadout, this cosmetic, sorry. Then we've got the Dead of Night. Again, looks really nice without the grenades, which is why I thought I'd put it on Demoman. And then the Breakneck Baggage. I think just all of this looks nice on Demoman. I think it suits him really well. And then the final one is my Demo Night. This was supposed to be the same one, obviously, with the boots, but obviously I've got the Alibaba's Wee Booties. I can't put them on, so I put the Sub-Zero suit on. And yeah, it looks pretty decent. Charge and Targe, Half Satoichi, Alibaba's Wee Booties. I don't really play Demo Night much. I don't play much other than Pyro, if I'm honest. But yeah, that's my Demo Night if I ever decide to play Demo Night. Now we'll go on to the heavy weapons guy. And I don't really have a main, I just sort of flip-flop between all of these. But this one in particular has a minigun, strange minigun, family business, and killing gloves of boxing. I thought that'd be cool if I managed to get a kill with this to pop out the shotgun straight away, so then you can utilize the crits a lot faster. Then we've got the vintage Hound Dog, which is just a cool hat, isn't it? I mean, what else can I say? It's just cool. Then we've got the Mutton Man, which I think really suits that. Like, if it didn't really clip as much as it does, that would suit that way more, but from a distance it doesn't look too bad. And then the Siberian Sophisticate, which it's a nice little tie for heavy. I wanted something similar for the Pyro Molly, as I did one for the heavy here, and yeah, I think this one looks really here's my edgy boy. This is sort of like the lone heavy if I ever adventure off on my own, with the Tomislav, the Second Banana, and the Fists of Steel. Yeah, obviously this one, like I said, is for more of a lone playstyle, with the Warhood, the Airborne Attire, and Caddy the Corgi Pup, Sled's Sidekick. That name's based off of one of my other characters I made ages back. It's an old character now, but I wanted to reference him somehow when I got the dog. So yeah, that's my edgy boy, but he has a puppy on his shoulder. I don't know why I managed to do that, but anyway, this one is, yeah, again, another one of the all-class loadouts, this one here. And then we've got the Tomislav, the Sandwich, and the Gloves of Boxing. Again, it's not really a specific loadout I use it for, it's just a general heavy loadout where you can have. And then this one is what I would call the Tickler. It basically, mainly for the holiday punch, you just go around, try and punch him in the back, and then you can kill him quickly with a minigun or a Tonka, you know. And we've got the well-wrapped hat, Mercs Muffler, and Marksman, just to make him look silly. Right, onto the Engineer now. And here is here's the one that I based off of me. This is, I guess you could say, this is my NG persona, because there's the Manco Orange Big Country, BonOakley's Ginger Beard, and then Antarctic Research, because it's a hoodie and I typically wear hoodies. But yeah, it's sort of like based off of me, IRL. Oh, not as long hair, but the beard and the hood definitely is quite exact, but yeah. Anyway, let's go on to the weapons now with the Panic Attack. Obviously I like the Panic Attack a lot, the Short Circuit and the Southern Hospitality. Again, not really a specific loadout, I'll change around, but I typically use this one so I can deny soldiers in the Demoman mainly, and then obviously let me go back here, and then obviously this, if I find a spy, hit them and they bleed. And again, nothing really specific, I just have the pistol and gunslinger instead on here, and then another all-class loadout. Again, not really much to talk about on this one, it's just another generic loadout. This one I sort of just made recently when Shork announced his TF2 Reanimated map. I wanted to make one based off of the main engineer from Team Fabulous 2, obviously with a bit more than what he has. And yeah, just the Frontier Justice, the Wrangler, and the Jag. Obviously I changed this from the Gunslinger just recently, but yeah, I wanted to make an engineer based off of the protagonist from Team Fabulous 2 basically. Again, not really much, that's just a general engineer loadout. Like I said, I just want to make one that looks similar to that engineer. And then here's I guess, my main engineer loadout, the Frontier Justice, Pistol and Jag, with my unusual wide brim Bandito, Starstorm Insomnia, then El Paso Poncho, and then Pocket Flare, because, again, obviously, as you saw, the Loved Memory, this guy and Flare, like, they have something related to each other, but obviously I'm not going to go into that. As you can see, Pocket Flare, there's a lot of, they're linked somehow. I'm not going to go into specifics, but yeah, this is my main loadout I use mainly because I really like how these two look, and then obviously with the Pyro mod, it makes the Pyro into a little small Pyro. I think it's really cool how that happens with the mod. But yeah, too much information to talk about with those links, so we'll go on to the medic now. This one is my main, obviously, the typical medic stuff. Crossbow, medic gun, Ubersaw, Yeti coated. This one is Reclaimed Reanimator, also strange. And then this one is Play Pot Shotter Mark II. Yeah, I got all of these as a donation from Felix, which I really appreciate. Even if I don't play medic much, but I wanted to make like sort of like a mad scientist medic, so I got the crafty hair and painted it grey. The mutton chops, which easily go with it even without the paint, and then the medical mystery. Yeah, he just looks sort of like strange. As you can see, he looks a bit like Rick in a way, but I'm not gonna delve into that. I'm just gonna leave that there. Again, random medic loadout, Bloodsorger, Medigun Amputated, and all class 1. I should probably explain this Molly's book of erotic fan fiction. Obviously, Molly, I made her like write fan fiction based on characters she meets and stuff, like Fleur and that. Like, it's too much to get in specific. Again, I will probably make a video based like talking about characters more specifically in the future, but yeah, as for now, you just need the basics. Yeah, there's nothing really much to say. That's probably the most interesting thing out of this loadout specifically. Again, nothing much about the loadout. Ubersaw, crossbow, or crit creek this time, I guess. I can pop crits with this one. Yeah, again, not much to talk about. And then, yeah, what do I say? This one probably wasn't like my first main medic loadout I used based on these. The Demoman man really does work well with a lot of the mercenaries. Yeah, it just looks nice. This was my main cosmetic loadout for him, and then I changed to this one. It's literally the exact same the exact same loadout except the cosmetic. So yeah, again, not much to say. Sniper, obviously. this one I guess is a bit more interesting. I call this one Piss Sniper, mainly due to the fact that obviously the Cindy Sleeper, the Gerati, and then the Bushwhacker. It's all mainly based around piss and mini crits, and basically. And then I made him a crocodile with the Halloween stuff, the Crocodile Mundi, the Scopus Scales, and the Tri Trinket. I didn't really want to like a really flashy one for the third one because these two are the full set for that one, but I didn't want a flashy one, so I went to Trinket, and it's a very simple one, but it looks kind of nice overall. So yeah, this is probably my main one, the Hitman's Heatmaker, the Cozy Camper, and the Travelman's Shiv. And then the Deep Cover Operator, the Poacher's Safari Jacket, and the Final Frontiersman. Sorry, I'm losing my ability to speak. Yeah, when I found these two looked really nice together, I was like, I've got to make a loadout based on this. And then the hat came, and yeah, I've just been going about these weapons, like which ones I prefer the most, and I landed on these ones working together really well. Mainly, this one came about because these two look nice together, and I thought I wanted to make a loadout on that. So yeah, that's the reason he exists mainly. Again, not much to talk about for the cosmetics. Fortified Compound, Cleans Carbine, Bushwhacker. The idea with this one, you get the crits with this, and then you can, obviously, they transfer onto here when you take this out. So then you obviously crit whenever it normally mini crit, you get 195 damage just at the click of a right mouse button. So yeah, not really much else. And obviously Fortified Compound, Huntsman, blah, blah. And then this one is a classic because Dude Ninja convinced me to try out the classic at one point, then the Kukri and the Cozy Camper. Yeah, not much to say about this one. The Mutton Man again, it just looks really nice on a lot of them. That sniper looked really weird. But yeah, the Bloodhound from Poker Night, Airborne attire, looks decent on it. And then yeah, the Mutton Man. It just looks really nice. And then finally, we're going on to the Spy. This is my Spy Crab, I guess I could call it, loadout because of the Spy Crab hat. Then we've got Caddy again, and then the Dead and I. I use a lot of these on the other 8 mercenaries other than Pyro a lot because obviously, like I say, I don't really play much outside of Pyro, so I typically use a lot more. This was a donation, I forget who from. I don't want to say Agent Lights, but I have a feeling it might be, but don't quote me on that. It could have been someone else. And I got Dick Stabber. This was definitely a a donation, because I would not call my knife that, but it's kind of a funny name. And then we got Genuine Quackenbert, and then Stock Sapper. Yeah. I guess basically it's just a stock one, just with some cool skins. Again, this one is just a dumb one. We've got the Letrange, the Conivers Kunai, Quackenbert stuff again. I can't really tell you why I chose these ones for the cosmetics. It just looks really fucking dumb. Like, look at him. It's such a dumb loadout. Why did I make that one? Anyway, these next two are actually the same spy. This one is like before, and one is after. Again, I'm not spoiling anything unless I make a video about it. Then we've got the Letrange, the Spicicle, and the Quackenbert with the Cotton Head. Cindy the Water Snake, because I like snakes, and I thought, oh, this is a really nice snake loadout, so, or snake cosmetic, I should say. So I got that, and then the Arcrant Assassin. So yeah, I painted that green as well, because it's based off one of my characters again. And then here, like I said, this is the same guy. Fancy Fedora, Double Cross Comp, and Chicago Overcoat. Looks edgy. And then obviously you got the same here, which is why, like I said, it is the same character, but just different cosmetics. Again, I'm not going to go into specifics of why it looks different and that. Like I said, I'll make that video probably in the future. Don't know when, but I probably will. So, that basically covers everything. Let's go to the main person on the channel, Flair. Yes, thank you for watching. This is making me look like I'm making her say, yes, look at my unusual shotgun. Anyway, yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. I just thought I'd make a simple video, because that detonator jump video I released last week, hopefully this comes out the week after, that's 30 minutes long, and that took me forever to edit, so I wanted to make a simple video. Just very simple, and I thought, you know what, this loadout idea again, 4th year in a row, it may not be much, but I thought it'd be an easy video to pop out for the week after. I don't want to make anything too big. So, yes, again, I appreciate you guys for watching this. Hopefully, I will be uploading again next week. I'm trying to keep this consistent upload at the moment. I also got monetized recently, which is good, which is why you've probably seen adverts on some of my recent videos. I don't expect to make much, but the fact that I get some money at all from doing YouTube as a hobby is really cool. So, yeah, that's probably why you see ads. You don't have to watch them. I'm trying to make them not very intrusive, so again, whatever money I make from this is just a bonus. I just do this as a hobby. So yeah, that's the end of the video now. This is definitely the end of the video. I'm not going to ramble on anymore. So anyway, this has been your Pyro enthusiast BonOakley signing out. So see you guys in the next one.
Huh? What? Oh, you're still here. I guess watch another video up there. Now leave me alone. I want some peace and quiet for once.